Hey, today I'll be going over some of my personal Soulsborne hot takes, which definitely gets hotter as the video goes on, I guess. I don't know. Also, before I start, I really love the Souls games. They're some of my favorite games of all time. And also, these hot takes are just kind of my opinion, bro. Like, damn, just chill out, bro. Goddamn. Anyways, let's get started. Blighttown isn't that bad. I mean, a lot of the complaints was mostly because of the frame rates from way back. But apart from that, while it does have some annoying ass enemies and the poison is really like fucking annoying, if you run past everything, you can leave this shit ass town in no time. Malenia should have been nerfed. Last year this wouldn't even be a hot take, but as time progresses people's opinions change, but mine didn't. I still think Malenia should have been nerfed because she isn't really a fair boss fight, even for late game standards. There should be a Bloodborne 2. Not really a hot take, but you would be surprised to see how many people opposes this. I think that they could definitely add on to the lore and possibly explore different areas other than Yharnam. I don't know, maybe after the events of the first game, the Beast Scourge expanded to different cities or whatever. I don't know, I just want Bloodborne 2, man. Just give it to me. Please give it to pause. Anyways, moving on. Hard doesn't always equals good. The amount of time I've heard people say that because a certain boss isn't hard or whatever, it's not that good, or it could have been better if it was harder. I don't know, I disagree with that. I feel like bosses can be really good even if they're easy. Like bosses such as the Divine Dragon is one of my favorite examples of an easy boss fight done right. It's not trying to prove itself in difficulty or anything, and it makes up for that with how beautiful the arena is and how you have to do other things that other than, like, you know, spamming R1 in order to defeat it. Sekiro is actually the easiest Souls game. Just hear me out. Once you practice deflection and acquire the Mikiri counter early on, this game will literally become a piece of cake. That's it. Yeah. Dark Souls 2 is the most frustrating and least fun Souls game compared to the rest. Honestly, a couple years ago this wouldn't even be a hot take, but in recent years it is. The main reason why it's frustrating is because of the horrible ass enemy placements. Caelid is overhated and actually one of the best areas in the whole game. I mean, it's true. Sure, everything in Caelid just wants to kill you, and most people end up there like literally in the beginning of the game and everything literally one-shots you. But apart from that, it's one of the best areas to go for quick early game runes, weapons, and upgrades. And also, I like how it looks too. I don't know, it looks like a fucking hellscape compared to how green Limgrave was or whatever. Elden Ring's late game bosses are too overtuned. Again, this wouldn't be a hot take like a year ago, but now it is. The bosses in this game are some of the most beautiful when it comes on to art style. However, when it comes on to difficulty and tuning, they're really not that good, especially the late game bosses. The devs shouldn't nerf weapons in PvE because of PvP reasons. No, I'm not saying that if a weapon is broken they shouldn't fix it, whether it's PvP or PvE, but if a weapon operates okay in the main game but it's a bit broken in PvP because of damage or whatever, they should try to separate and fix the weapon in PvP while keeping it in the same way in PvE, you know what I mean? No, I do know that it is easier, that is like way easier said than done, but honestly it would make people enjoy PvE more than PvP, not having to worry about their favorite weapons being nerfed or whatever. And holy shit, I've been saying whatever, I'll be saying that shit so much. Anyways, Bloodborne should have had a longer main game story. I don't think this one is really that much of a bad hot take or anything. I mean, the bosses in the main game of Bloodborne are okay. However, the late game kinda disappoints because most of them, except for, you know, the Wet Nurse or Gehrman and the Moon Presence, aren't really that good. If the game had some additional bosses after Mikolash before the Wet Nurse, it would have been way better in my opinion. However, Bloodborne is still a good game. And the last fucking hot take. NPCs feel a bit lifeless in most of the games. I mean, if it wasn't for the amazing voice acting, it would be hard to connect with some of these NPCs. I wish they did more in terms of movement, such as walking around and not just standing still all the time. I remember in Demon Souls when the night guy was walking around, I was like, damn, I wish more characters did that. So yeah, those were my hot takes for the Soulsborne games, and I mean, yeah, these aren't that bad, but yeah. Also remember guys, it is just my opinion. I don't know if hot takes are opinions or whatever, but whatever, it's kind of like my opinion or whatever, but it's your opinion to disagree to my opinion as well. So, you know, just at least keep this civil, you know what I mean? It's not that bad. Come on now.